I'm a dental hygienist, and here are 7 things that I'm constantly repeating to my patients over and over every single day. Number 1, do you floss? Listen, I know it's annoying, I'm sorry, but I just have to ask because I gotta know what you're up to at home. And it's not at all to get you in trouble, but because I need to know if the reason what I'm seeing in your mouth is due to you simply not flossing, or if there's something else going on. For instance, if you're like, yeah, I floss every day, and I'm seeing inflammation and gingivitis, a bunch of gum issues, then I'm like, all right, all good, let's figure out the best technique for you, because maybe you're flossing wrong without realizing it. Personally, I didn't floss correctly until I was in dental hygiene school myself, where I learned it the proper way. So I would never judge someone for flossing incorrectly. If you're doing it daily, but doing it wrong, I want to show you the correct way so you're not wasting your time, right? Also, it's okay if you don't floss. I'd rather you be honest and flat out tell me, nope, I don't, because not only will it help me understand why your gums are the way they are, but also we can talk about flossing alternatives. There are other options to clean between your teeth that might work better for you if traditional string floss isn't your thing. There's floss picks, proxy brushes, water flossers. I'll link my flossing alternative video below if you'd like to learn more, but for the purpose of this video, something else I say to patients all day is, no worries. I feel like this one might be less of a dental hygienist thing and more of a personal thing because I constantly hear myself saying, oh, no worries, all day, constantly, about everything. But yeah, definitely a lot when I'm at work. You forgot to brush your teeth before your appointment? No worries. You misplaced the school form for your kid's checkup? No worries. You say to me, I don't floss? No worries. We'll figure it out. Let's talk about flossing alternatives. My job is to meet you where you are, not shame you for what you didn't do. And again, I think this just might be my personality in normal life as well, so no worries. Number 3, not too bad, right? My coworkers tell me they hear me say this not only before, but also after I use the ultrasonic scaler. So twice every appointment at least. First, when I start the scaling with the water scaler, I know I hear myself, I hear it, I say it every time. That's not too bad, right? And then 20 minutes later, or whenever we're done scaling, I'll say it again. That wasn't too bad, right? I don't know, I just want to make sure it wasn't too bad. I know the water can feel cold and it makes a squeaky noise. People don't like it, so I'm just sorry. I say it too much. Sometimes, most of the time I catch myself, but sometimes I don't. Number 4, raise your left hand if you need anything. This one is simple. Since I'm a right-handed clinician, and a lot of us are, the way my body is angled and your head is laying in the chair, when I'm wearing my loupes, my magnification glasses, I got that tunnel vision into your mouth, but I can see if your left hand moves with my peripheral vision. I can see it go up. So if you're moving or raising your left hand, I'll know you need something. Maybe you're feeling discomfort, or maybe you just need a sneeze. Whatever you need. I always tell my patients, if you ever need a break, just raise your hand and I'll stop. This is pretty much universal dental language. Most right-handed clinicians will give you this instruction when you're having work done. Number 5, I'm sure you already are, but make sure you're angling your toothbrush 45 degrees. I know it was a mouthful, but I say it a lot. So I like to give reminders. Whether you're a new patient of mine that I've never seen before, or a patient that I've been seeing routinely for the past 10 years, you're probably going to hear me at some point during your cleaning appointment. You're going to hear me give this refresher regarding your toothbrushing technique. So many people hold their toothbrush horizontally or 90 degrees directly at the teeth, even when we know we're supposed to be angling at 45 degrees. We get into our routines and we don't notice when we're not angling our brush toward the gums anymore. We forget to be intentional with brushing since it's something we do twice a day, all the time. And since that line where your teeth meet your gums is a huge bacteria and plaque trap that can lead to cavities and gum disease, I always like to give my reminder, make sure you're angling that brush 45 degrees. Number 6, still doing okay? This is fine to say once, right? But I will admit that I tend to ask a few times, more or less than a few times, depending on if I need to be really scaling. Like if I'm up in there and you have lots of plaque buildup, you have lots of tartar and stain, I'm constantly like, still doing okay? I know I ask a lot, it's a habit, it's been over 10 years and I still cannot not check in on you throughout your appointment. Even during the easiest cleanings, honestly. I'd rather be mildly annoying as opposed to someone not telling me that they are uncomfortable. I really think the reason this happened is I was getting a facial once and I felt bad interrupting, saying that my skin was burning. It was burning really bad. I just have a problem where I was like, no, just handle it, Whitney, it's fine. I just don't ever want to speak up. Long story short, ever since then, I'm always like, what if something is hurting this person in my chair, my patient, and they aren't telling me because they don't want to speak up? Like I don't like to speak up when I'm the person in the chair. And I think back to if the person who was doing my facial, if they said like, hey, how's it feeling? How's your face feeling? I probably wouldn't have lied. I probably would have said something like, oh, well, it's actually burning, you know? Anyway, that's the explanation of still doing okay. And lastly, number 7, this one is mostly for kids, but sometimes with adults too. Open a little bigger. Sometimes we as patients, we don't notice our mouth is closing or we are barely opening. So as the clinician, I'm always like, hey, open a little wider if you can. Some people have small mouths and they truly are opening as wide as they can, or they have jaw problems where they can't open wide, no problem. But when someone was opened so wide at the beginning of the appointment, at the start of the appointment, and I noticed their mouth closing more and more, I gotta ask you to open bigger again, right? So sorry, but it helps me see. And it's really good when I could see in your mouth. You wouldn't want me not being able to see, right? So yeah, I think I say bigger, not wider though. Anyway, I'm sure there's a million other things I say to my patients over and over, but those were the top 7 that came to mind. Yeah, like I know I say relax your lip a lot to people who have super tight lip. There's certain phrases for certain patients, but overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications if you did, and let me know in the comments if there's anything you've noticed your dentist or your dental hygienist saying to you over and over. I'd love to hear if they say any of the same things as me. And until next time, I'll see you on Instagram at Teeth Talk Girl. Peace, love, and teeth.